Hello, my friends. Norma-Jean here. Back again with a nice favorite recipe, I'm sure, of most of you. I've had a lot of requests for my sausage and peppers. A lot of people have been asking me, sending me the messages, how do you do your sausage and peppers? So I'm going to show you today. And the way that I do it is a combination of how my mother did it and my mother-in-law. Remember what I told you, my mother-in-law was a fancy, very patient cook. I kind of took some of her ways, combined it with my mother, and you know me, I come up with my own things. So I want to show you what you're going to need. Beautiful peppers, okay? I have 2 very large green peppers, 1 red pepper. I have a nice size Vidalia onion, and I have a couple of cloves of garlic. This is 1.5 pounds of sweet Italian sausage. It's going to get cut, okay? I don't want to touch it now because I have to touch other things. You're going to need some olive oil. You will need a little bit of Hunt sauce. My mother loved Hunt sauce. My mother-in-law didn't use it, but I like to reminisce the flavor of my mother's, so I do use the Hunt sauce. My little secret ingredient, some Marsala wine. Now, my mother-in-law sometimes would use a red wine, but Marsala wine, to be truthful with you, I would put it in anything. I love Marsala wine, love the flavor of it. A little bit of salt and pepper, my friends, and you are in business for a sausage and pepper sandwich that you are going to love. So let me get this stuff prepped, okay? So I've sharpened my knife really good because it is a bit of a trick to cut fresh sausage, especially when you want to get these nice pieces that are going to go perfect in a sandwich. So my sausage has been all cut. It's in this nice pan that I love to do like those 1-pan meals in. Beautiful pan. Anyway, sausage is in there with a sprinkle of olive oil. In the bottom, you don't need too much fat in there because, of course, the sausage is going to make fat. Why did I move that there? I'm going to need this. So I'm going to take this onion and garlic that I just cut. The onion pieces are just nice medium-sized onion pieces. The garlic is chopped. Nice little rough chop. And you're going to take this and put it right in with the sausage. Now this is going to go on the stove. I'm just going to put a little smidge of salt on this. You don't need much because don't forget, sausage is salty. So you can always put in, you can't take out. So just start with a little bit of salt and then you taste it after and see. A few shakes of black pepper. And I'm going to get this sausage on the stove up to a nice sizzle and let it start to brown. Okay, so while that sausage is in the pan, it's come up to a little sizzle. I can hear it. I'm just going to leave that alone while I get the peppers ready. And you're just going to cut off the top of the pepper. And look, this is a beautiful red pepper. I am not going to throw this away. You know how much these peppers were. So take this, clean out the inside. And I think you've seen me cut peppers before, but I'm going to do it again for you anyway. I'm just going to make some nice slices from that pepper. Pull it together and get those nice squares. Okay? Doesn't have to be small. It doesn't have to be big. And you'll see why. Okay, I'm going to continue with the peppers. So the peppers have been all cut. And you can see these nice squares. Not too big, not too small. I did not cut it in strips. That's not how I was taught. Nice pieces. They're going to eat well in a sandwich. Okay, over at the stove now, I want to give you a look at the sausage and the onions. I'll turn the camera for you so you can see it, but this is getting nicely browned, which is what I want. Beautiful. Just about ready for the wine and the tomato. Okay, this is ready for the wine. This has been browning for about 10 minutes while I cut those peppers up. It's beautiful. So I'm going to put the wine in first, and I'm going to put, and don't worry, I eyeball things pretty good, about 1/2 cup of the wine. Now, if you only have a red wine in the house, that'll work. If you don't have any wine in the house, not a big deal. Don't get discouraged. Just throw a couple little spoons of sugar into the tomato. and that'll work. So we have the wine in there. Oh, I'm telling you, I don't know what it is, but I just love marsala. Sometimes I make marsala sauce with no meat, and I put it on some spaghetti or something. I just love, that's my favorite. Okay, now into this. We just have a little can, and I'll tell you what size can this is. This is just a little 8-ounce can of Hunt sauce. So an 8-ounce can of Hunt sauce and about 1/4 to a 1/2 cup of the marsala wine is in here. Now, you're gonna leave this alone for a little while, and you're gonna let it come up to a simmer, because now what you wanna do is you want the sausage to cook a little bit more. I'm just gonna do a tilted cover on it, put the heat on about medium, let the sausage cook on its own for a few minutes. So this is what the sausage is looking like right now. A beautiful, rich sauce. Smells wonderful. So I let this sausage cook in that beautiful sauce on its own for about 10 minutes or so. Really, the sausage is basically cooked now, especially when the sausage is cut like this. It won't take that long to cook, but don't forget it's going to cook even a little more. So into this, now we're going to put the peppers. So I'll tell you why I do it this way. And I mentioned to you that it was a combination of both my mother and mother-in-law. My mother-in-law, not that she was an impatient cook, but she did this quick. She threw the sausage in the pan with the onion, she got it going, she threw the tomatoes, she threw the peppers in, and the whole thing just simmered together for an hour, and that was it, it was over. My mother-in-law, who was the fancy cook, and I've talked about her before, and you know, I use that word fancy, but I think she was just a very patient cook, would do this all separate. The sausage would get cooked separate with the onion and the garlic, and then she'd put the sauce in, and then she would have a separate pan going on the stove to cook the peppers, because she said that she didn't like when the peppers got mushy and disintegrated and you couldn't see them in this dish. So she cooked them just the way she wanted to have them cooked, the firmness she wanted, and then she took those peppers and she put them into the sausage and just let them simmer together for a couple of minutes just to get the flavor together. So over the years, I just took both methods and came up with this, half mother, half mother-in-law. Love them both fabulous cooks. So this is just gonna stay on simmer, again with a tilted cover on it. And I will be back when it's done. We're about halfway through the cooking. Just wanted to give you a look. We got about 10-15 more minutes to go. Okay, my friends, this is done. Cooked for another 10 or 15 minutes to get those peppers tender. I hope you can see. Look at that. What I like about this, cooking it this method, is that you don't see the skin of the pepper in there because the pepper stayed intact. So we're gonna taste this now. Let me move this over a little bit. I'm gonna use a nice soft torpedo roll. I got this from a beautiful Italian bakery, one of my favorites, but it's the soft roll. You wanna do this on crispy? Oh, fabulous, just as good. Whichever kind of roll you prefer. Did you hear that little clanging in the background? That's my dog banging his bowl. He's ready to eat. Okay, let's put this on the roll. So good. And see those little pieces, how nice. When you cut the sausage, not that they're small, they're like that bite-sized piece, but you're gonna be able to bite into this. The peppers are all intact. Absolutely beautiful. And I just can't wait to taste it, because I'll get a little memory of my mother and my mother-in-law. Look at that beautiful sandwich. I'm gonna cut this in half. Beautiful. Excellent. Oh, some of the stuff fell out. I put too much. Okay, what I want to taste is to make sure I have measurements right for you. Delicious. I'm gonna get a little bit of the sauce on the roll. Perfect. Just that little dash of salt. That was all you needed. Beautiful. Norma-Jean's sausage and peppers. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon, my friends.